Welcome to a very, very special Valentine's episode of the Real Guys podcast. And everybody deserves love, unless your name is Denise Richards in the movie Valentine. In that case, get drilled, bitch,
She got electrocuted.
by a
And
drill.
yeah, by a drill. Because the killer had something against her.
But welcome back to the Real Guys podcast Valentine's Day episode. Still not a podcast. That will be February 21st with Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. I am your degenerate co-host, Landon.
And I'm Josh.
And today we will be looking at the 2001 slasher movie, Valentine. And the one big question I wrote on my notes, right here, we got all the notes, is does Valentine 2001 still hold up?
For my first time watching it, I believe it does. Mainly because the jokes still land. Even from a movie from 2001, I still think it's funny.
Now, I've seen this movie about 20 times. I got it on Blu-ray when it came out in 2019 for the first time, and I really like it. It's got an interesting plot. It was the very second Valentine's horror movie we got because when this came out, we had only had the original My Bloody Valentine, and there might be some more lesser known, but those are the two main ones. But then after that, we would also go on to get My Bloody Valentine 2009, and today, releasing today, since we were filming this a week early, is Heart Eyes. Be on the lookout for a review of that coming up because we are seeing that actually tonight at 9:30.
I can't wait for that.
But without further ado, let's get into the movie. I'm going to pull up my notes right here. So I have it saved under Valentine 2001, of course. And we are going to get into the review of that. If my notes will load, because apparently this software hates us. But yeah, here they are. Okay, so let's get it out. With the first movie begins at some kind of school dance where this one kid, Jeremy Melton, is just trying to get a girl to dance with him.
And all the other girls at this dance are very mean to him, besides this one who actually says she'll dance with him.
Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe later. But then he goes to this other girl.
And they begin making out.
They begin to make out, and then these bullies come over and was making fun of them. And she claims that Jeremy was assaulting her. So these guys yell out, "Pervert is jumping buffalo."
And that is definitely, you've got that quoted at the very top of
Yes,
your
I
notes
do.
for the movie.
Because I found it hilarious.
I literally wrote down, start at dance, Jeremy is rejected, but finds girl who turns on him. Pervert jumps buffalo. That was what I wrote to try to explain out. I did not write this in full detail, so we got pervert jumps buffalo.
Which might be one of the funniest quotes in this movie, but there's another one that I cannot say on YouTube. And that happens a little bit later.
Did I write it down? Oh, yeah, you can't say that on the Patreon. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But you'll still get canceled. But then we pick up later in the movie. There's this. I think one of the girls is on a date. What's her name?
Shelley is on a date with Jason.
The Jason.
And
that is the worst first date I think I've ever witnessed.
The guy talks in third person, so he'll go, "Jason likey." And this date was so bad that the girl named Shelley literally wrote with her ranch on her plate, Please help me.
Like, I wonder, does this man always talk in third person? Like, Jason's gotta go poop.
Well, in the movie he did.
Jason's gonna have sex with you tonight.
But then we go to the first kill of the movie.
Which, I do have some kind of a peeve with this kill because, first of all, the girl is at the medical center. She gets her autopsy, or she's doing an autopsy, I think, and she gets distracted, and the dead body...
It's Shelley, by the way, is the character.
The dead body is then moved off the autopsy table. So you're telling me the killer in, a minute she's away, had the time to verbally get the body off the table, put it in the closet, undress himself, lay perfectly still on that table, on the table, undress himself again, and let her about cut into him so
You
he can
would
breathe.
you would expect her to realize something. She's on Grey's Anatomy, a doctor show,
Here's the
and
thing.
she's like a really bad doctor in
When
this.
you get to the plus, you would think you would see something with the corpse of this movie because the corpse he is doing has lost a lot of color in its skin, and this guy's skin
Is white,
is like perfectly fine, healthy, veiny. The corpse is like
healthy,
veiny,
veiny.
is like, not dead.
Yeah.
But no, like that is one thing I want to understand. Like, I never understood how she horror movies dumb. I guess that's
Yeah.
explained it back in 2001.
But then after this kill,
We meet Detective Vaughn.
and this dude is a creep. Only to Denise Richards.
Like at one point in the thing, they're getting questioned, and he literally, I kid you not, has her stay after, puts his hand on her thigh, and offers her like support and stuff. Like, what are you gonna do?
He wanted to take her into the evidence locker,
Show her his cocaine?
show her something.
Oh, he wanted to inject her with his cocaine.
But no, we're jumping off track a little bit. That's a little bit later. But then we see Denise Richards and Dorothy on the speed dating thing.
Yeah, they also do get a card for signed JM. They have no idea, and then hey, Jeremy Melton? Nah, they just write it off immediately. Nah, couldn't be him.
No, it's they think it's the guy that went on the date with Shelley.
Jason something. I forget his last name. He's really not that memorable.
Because he's barely in the movie.
He's in that one scene. I don't think we ever see him again.
But now we get to Denise Richards' character and a character named Dorothy on a speed dating.
Denise Richards plays
basically a hoe.
Nicer way you just said it, but technically, yeah.
Okay, she plays a woman who likes men.
A promiscuous woman.
A woman who likes many men.
Yeah.
But no, the joke that I cannot say on YouTube happens in this in this scene. They're like speed dating, and then this guy shows up talking about his ex-wife, and
I'm not gonna say what he said,
yeah.
But
just watch the movie. Yourself. Yeah.
Or look up speed dating Valentine 2001. I'm pretty sure you'll find that. You'll probably find that next to the 2 Insidious videos. Insidious the Dark Show, live show. Check those videos out.
Oh my fucking god about Insidious. It's all this man has been talking about for like 2 weeks.
I'm not making any more videos.
Thank the Lord.
Unless you want that, of course.
No, nobody wants that.
I'm probably going to get a cease and desist. Stop talking about our show.
Okay, now getting back on track. Then after that, Denise Richards and her, I guess, roommate get a card and a box of chocolates.
What's in that box of chocolates, you may ask? Well, some delicious, delicious maggots. You know, I put them on my sandwich. I put them in my chili.
Apparently this JM guy does, so...
Okay, so... They don't think it's Jeremy Melton. They think it's the Jason dude we covered earlier, but... Any logical person in this movie, or any logical person reading this movie, it's Jeremy Melton.
Even how Detective Vaughn, who is like the creepiest cop ever, literally tells them when they're sitting down questioning, "You never thought to think of this dude?"
And they're like, "What?"
And then...
You ruined his life.
Yeah.
What do you think he did? Went to Barbados and married some supermodel? No, he's going to come after you. You ruined his... This is literally horror movie logic. You ruined somebody's life. Half the time it's going to bite you in the ass.
Well, then Dorothy tells the rest of her friends that she lied about Jeremy attacking her at the school dance.
And her reasoning for it?
And her friends didn't know that it wasn't true.
I have her reasoning. Her quote was, and I quote, this is not... Her quote was, "I was fat." That was her reasoning.
Yeah, because she was bigger than other girls. But there's so many logic holes in this.
This is kind of the point where the movie starts to lose me. It gains me back, but it did lose me at this point for a little bit. Like,
I couldn't stop laughing. This is a movie where if You need to watch it with a group of people.
I gotta say, one thing we didn't talk about was they do meet what's her name, Dorothy's boyfriend, and you can tell he's textbook thief considering half the
Yeah.
stuff he gives her is stolen. But she keeps defending him like, oh, he's so nice. He's the greatest thing ever.
Well, when you find out who he really is later.
Leads to a kill for he gets killed too.
But then we go to Kate, and she has this neighbor named Gary, who they call Creepy Gary. And after a while, she's somewhere. I think she's with the friends talking to the cop, and Gary comes into her room, steals her underwear, and then the killer comes in trying to find her.
I'm messed up.
Yeah, Gary tries to reason with the killer, saying, and I quote, "Listen, I am not well," and then dies.
Hey, what if he showed that killer some of those sick, awesome dance moves?
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Like, what?
But one of my favorite kills in the movie happened earlier, and it was when the killer shot the bow and arrows
At the art show.
at the art show.
We're jumping around. We're really jumping around.
Yeah,
The art show is way earlier in this movie than that, I think. Yeah, yeah.
it's not too much earlier.
He shoots an arrow and into the trash can she goes.
Yeah,
Take the hoe out.
because
Oh, wait, that wasn't the hoe. That's Denise Richards.
okay, stop with the Denise Richards slander. But that happened like a little bit before the uh, Detective Vaughn interrogation thing at the house, when you find out that Dorothy was lying.
Yeah, then we jump to Valentine's Day party at Dorothy's house.
Well, before that is when Dorothy gives Campbell, her boyfriend, a watch, and he gives her a stolen necklace that she doesn't realize is stolen. And
she
then
finds that out at the party later.
then he tries to steal money from her,
and that's what gets him killed.
and like the power or something goes out, and he has to go check it. Well, the killer's in the house and brutally murders him
Yeah.
in a satisfying murder.
And to tell you how much of a memorable character he is, the people in the movie
Yeah.
just believe he just bounced.
So
Collected that child support check and bounced.
then we go to the Valentine's Day party, where Paige, who was played by Denise Richards, finds Brian, the guy that she met on the speed dating, and he tells her that he has a surprise for her.
His 2-incher, baby.
Trying to find out, it's what's in his pants.
His 2-incher.
So then she ties him up, acts like she's gonna do the dirty with him
And pours hot wax
on his penis, and then laughs and leaves.
I now understand House of Wax a lot more.
But
And the pain that they have went through. I'm sorry I mocked that movie when he was getting waxed.
then after that is when she goes and says she's gonna go in the hot tub.
And she goes in the hot tub, and the killer comes in and puts his cover on, starts drilling through, gets her in the shoulder, and then he's like, you know what, fuck it. Throws the drill in, bye-bye Denise Richards. Thank you, collect your check on the way out. There's another Tammy and the T-Rex movie you need to make.
And, oh God. Then was the shower kill before that or after that?
After that.
Okay, so the girl that owned the necklace that Campbell gave to what's her face?
Dorothy.
Yeah, Dorothy.
Belonged to his ex.
And she comes to the party, tries to ruin it, and the killer chases her around the house into a sauna. The dumb girl thinks that the killer's gone, so she goes outside
Glass break.
and
Stone Cold Steve Austin enters the movie.
And basically, he slams her head into a broken thing of glass and kills her.
And bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I don't even know what her name was.
Bye-bye, random woman number 73. Collect your check on the way out and find better friends.
But then the chasing goes on between the killer and Dorothy and
Might I remind you
Kate.
that Kate
And
has an alcoholic boyfriend that we forgot. David Boreanaz plays
yeah,
Adam, Kate's alcoholic boyfriend. He's been a part of this movie for pretty much the whole movie. They break up, they're back together. They break up, they're back together. They
and
break up, they back together, like every couple on Valentine's Day.
well, he tells her that he has stopped drinking, and then you find out at the party he still secretly drinks. And this leads to a big fight between not just Adam and Kate, but Kate and Dorothy as well.
Dude gets the fuck beat out of him.
And then, well, that's later. But then the power goes out after everyone leaves, and the killer goes and tries to hunt them down. Kate, who now suspects Adam of being the killer, starts beating the absolute shit out of him for
Dude
no
gets
damn
rocked.
reason.
Dude gets his lunch money taken in this movie.
Like, he just wants to dance, and she kicks him in the balls and then beats him over the head with stuff. And then,
Just like your drunk uncle that refuses to leave Christmas after he lit the tree on fire and insulted your mother right in front of you.
so then, this leads to Kate going upstairs and finding the killer.
Who just falls on her.
Yeah, who basically tackles her down the stairs, and the killer rises up, and then Adam shoots the killer with a gun.
And then the mask comes off,
and it's Dorothy.
And you think, nice little toe wrapped up. Kate and Adam hug. There's your final girl. And then, drip, 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 drip.
Oh, we forgot to tell you. So every time the killer kills someone, his nose starts bleeding.
And it is find out that Adam
is the killer.
Jeremy Melton. And the reason he didn't kill Kate
is because she was the girl that said
to him.
Yeah, she was the girl that told him that they'll probably dance later. And
everybody else rejected him.
And then your movie ends.
And
you're thinking, what the fuck is this?
And I was thinking, man, I really need like 8 years right now.
I was thinking, this ending, everything was good, but then the ending kind of dragged it down a bit because the killer basically got away with it.
That's kind of fun, though.
Well, yeah, but usually in these slasher movies, the killer gets caught or gets killed.
Were they going to do a sequel about this? Like, what was... Because Jeremy Melton...
God, I hope not.
Were we going to find out somebody freaking... I don't know, in the asylum that he got sent to or wherever he got sent to?
They said he went to, like, military school or something.
Somebody definitely kicked him while he was doing a push-up and that just sent him over the edge.
Because he was shooting bow and arrows and coming up with these elaborate deaths.
Plus, you gotta think, when Adam kills Dorothy, that's, like, right on with that shot of the gun. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. But I was like, before you find out Adam's the killer, I was like, how the hell does this make any sense that Dorothy's the killer? And Adam goes on and was like, well, when you're depressed and feel lonely, it tends to make you do crazy things. And then they hug, and then his nose starts bleeding. Meanwhile, Kate's asleep on him, and blood starts going down her face.
You would think, though, she would figure it out because...
Well, no one saw...
Well, I mean, she saw Jeremy getting beat when she was, or when he got jumped because he was that, and his nose started bleeding. When they just ripped his clothes off of him, like prom night.
Yeah, this was a good movie, not a great movie. This is definitely 90s to 2000 slasher movies.
2001.
That's not Scream.
Older than me. This movie's older than me.
So... yeah. That was my thoughts on the movie. Do you have anything else?
Not particularly. This is our Valentine's Day episode, so you'll be seeing this Friday, February 14th. I don't have a time yet. I gotta edit this. Also, one other thing that I would like to say for my weird advice is find love on Valentine's Day, but make sure you find love appropriately and don't go around sniffing people.
Like a certain president we used to have. Sorry.
That's not where I was going, but okay. I was gonna go like that creepy dude that was sniffing that girl's panties in the movie.
Like he wasn't sniffing them. He was like taking them.
You knew his intentions were.
Yeah, you knew what they were. I don't know what his intentions were. He was kind of creepy.
But just don't be him in the world, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find love on Valentine's Day. And don't get mad at me if you don't find love on
Didn't you
Valentine's
have a
Day.
funny joke to tell too about jumping out?
Yeah. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and now I am going to go cover myself in chocolate, stick roses on both of my nipples, and jump out at the first couple I see on Valentine's Day. Have a good time, guys. Remember to reel it in, and also have fun. Be safe on Valentine's Day. Come check out the podcast, and of course, don't spray Febreze in your mouth.
You can edit the Joe Biden part out.
Not kidding. Nobody's gonna care.
Okay.
Nobody watches these.